One of our deceivers was once fired from a hair salon for gossiping too much. You can tell us who you think it is by voting along in the chat. Let's find out who's telling the truth and who is a chump. Absolutely. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chump, the Rooster Teeth game show all about lying. I'm your host, Jeremy Dooley, and we have with us another amazing team of deceivers that are ready to lie their faces off, which I love. Now, the first deceiver, everyone knows this person, it's Chef Ramsay.
That's me, I'm that guy.
Hey, it's that guy. Deceiver number 2, the amazing Chad James.
I'm less known.
And deceiver number 3, the beautiful Fiona Nova.
You called me beautiful.
I did. Oh.
Why the hell did they get compliments?
And that was not a lie. I said all great or something. I don't know. Only 2 people are going to be able to see through the deceiver's lies. The first person is going to be today's contestant, Jessica Vasami. Oh, that was oh my goodness.
Wow, thanks. Not great. I hated that.
The other person is you, the audience, voting along at home with hashtags to decide who's lying and who's telling the truth. Now, before we get into it, I just want to let people know something about how the voting works. I got to clear some stuff up, all right? Each account, right, each person, usually on a Rooster Teeth account, they have 1 vote. But they can change that vote at any point. If you want to vote Jeff right off the bat, and then after you hear Chad tell a story, change that to Chad, you can do that, but you only get 1 vote. So doing Chad multiple times isn't going to do anything. So some people thought that they were getting locked in right at the beginning. We want you to know that's not happening. And please don't spam the chat because we broke it.
Don't spam the chat, don't spam the Chad.
Yeah, don't spam the Chad.
Spam it.
New shirt
terrible
coming
name.
soon. The other thing I want to let you know is we have changed around a couple of things from last episode based on your feedback. We're reading all of your feedback and taking that into account and trying to make the show exactly what you want it to be and as good as it can be. So thank you very much for that. Please keep leaving us feedback and letting us know if you like the show. So, like we said at the beginning, one of our deceivers was fired from a salon for gossiping too much. It was something like that. But let's find out who by playing a game called Just the Facts. There's all the information I needed to say. Now,
You did it.
I have some
did
notes written down, by the way.
yeah, you have notes?
I can-
Yeah, you can show the
Really?
notes. I want to
Show
see
the
the notes real
audience.
quick. And Jeff. Like, end him.
Oh my lord.
That's
My daughter's in the audience.
Is there a
She probably
threat?
feels the same.
Oh, God.
Here's how this game is going to work. So we told you the fact at the beginning. One of our 3 deceivers was fired from a salon for gossiping too much. That is true about one of them. You have 3 questions you can ask each person. You can start with whoever you want, ask all 3, move on, ask all 3. Now, you in the chat can vote on who you think the story is about by using hashtag Jeff, hashtag Chad, or hashtag Fiona. All right? If you correctly guess at the end who's telling the truth, you get a point. Audience, you get a point if you correctly guess who it is. And our deceivers, you get a point for each one you fool. So 2 points up for grabs to you guys. Now, do you know who you want to go with first on this one?
So just to be clear,
Yeah.
this is one fact about one person, the other 2 are just bullshitting.
The other 2 are pretending that this fact is about them.
Okay, so one person is telling the truth.
One person will be answering your questions totally truthfully.
All right.
Who do you want to start with? You're really mad.
laser
dog.
focused on Jeff.
Laser focus.
me and Jeff have the same birthday, June 18th, right?
June 19th, you're close.
We're close, but we're both Gemini.
Well, that
so I feel
ruins
like
the
there's
fact you told me
ruined the
before
whole-
this.
yeah, I thought it was the 18th. But there's 2 of us, so I don't.
Okay.
But I'm ready. Let's do it.
You said there's
Okay.
2 Geminis, right?
With the Gemini, there's 2 people.
Oh,
and
Side of the twins.
they're the twins.
So you're going to start with Jeff, it sounds like.
Start with Jeff.
Okay, so
Okay.
you're going to have 3 questions to ask Jeff, and whenever you're ready, go for it.
What were you gossiping about?
I was gossiping about general hair salon stuff. So I remember specifically some teachers and gossiping over teachery stuff, if that makes sense.
Now, when you say
Like something that was happening-
Teachery.
You mean like people who teach how to cut hair?
No, like
Just
school teachers.
teachers.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
like what was going on within the school system and stuff.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Okay. What kind of haircut were you doing?
Oh, I wasn't doing haircuts. I was hired to sweep up.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Swept up the hair.
I swept up the hair.
There's a lot of it.
But not for very
A
long.
lot of hair. Okay, interesting. What did the salon look like?
It was a cute little old A-frame building. You know what an A-frame building is? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
And did it have the thing out front, like the red?
No, it didn't. It didn't.
It's a shame.
You don't get to play along though.
The pole.
I'm kind of on her team. Oh, that's another thing I want to point out. Sometimes I'll give her an extra question or something. Also, look at the chat talking. You can see it down at the bottom. All right, so those are your questions for Jeff. All right, that's all you get from Jeff.
Cool.
Who do you want to move on to, Chad or Fiona?
Look at the eye shifts.
It's
The
so
back and
sinister.
forth.
Let's go, Chad. Let's go down the row.
All right,
Good.
so we're going to go to Chad. 3 questions. Go ahead.
Cool.
Oh, my goodness.
Great.
And they can be the same questions as well, because you won't get the same answers.
Yeah.
Or you might.
What was the haircut you were doing?
Also, wasn't doing a haircut. So there was a time, like, I was, into punk in high school and all that
Yes.
stuff. Did a bunch of stuff with my hair.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, maybe I'll get into that. So I got hired at an Avita salon, and I would just kind of like help. Well, I'd sweep, but then I also do like help mix up like kind of like the bleaches and dyes and stuff, and just assist.
And what were you gossiping about?
I legitimately do not remember the exact fact. But I'm like super social, and
Yeah.
also my ADD is very strong.
Yeah.
So I kept getting in trouble because I would go by and then like somebody would be talking about something and I'd start contributing to it, and like I wasn't sweeping or like doing what I was supposed to do.
Okay.
And yeah, that was brought up multiple times.
So you were eavesdropping on people's
a
conversations.
lot, yes, a lot of
all
that.
right.
But also,
It wasn't even your gossip.
I like to talk. Okay.
I believe him.
What was your favorite memory about working there?
Oh God, let's see. Honestly, it was not my best job. I've had a lot of like way cooler jobs. Like I worked at a skate park, I worked at Blockbuster and stuff.
Did you have people there you liked that you worked with?
Yeah,
Did
I
you-
mean, not really.
Nothing good about it.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't. Dude, it's honestly like the worst job I've ever had. So like,
Okay.
I don't think there was really anything that I was just like, oh, that was my favorite thing.
Since
Okay.
that was kind of an I don't know question, I just want to say, how long did you work there?
For like 6 months.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, there's your chat information, which
Okay.
means we're left with Fiona.
Okay.
You get 3 questions to
Okay.
Fiona.
Fiona.
Yeah.
What were you gossiping about?
So I was gossiping about this situation that was happening in the salon. There was, I think it was the lady that I was helping was cheating on her boyfriend with someone else's boyfriend in that area, like one of the other workers. So I was talking to her about it. And I think she might have been the one who owns the salon. So I think she heard us gossiping, and I think we both got fired.
How old were you?
I was 19. It was just a side job to do during college because I didn't have.
And she's only 16 now.
Yeah, so I mean,
Crazy.
It was crazy. But yeah.
Okay. And what was your favorite memory of working there?
I did like being able to change up people's hair, and I liked cutting hair. And since because I have different hair, like once a month, I just liked doing that.
So you actually did work with the hair, not like these hacks.
No, I don't know what no. I was actually like getting guided by someone showing me how to cut hair, how to mix like the bleaches and the dyes and stuff. But yeah.
A hairstylist apprentice over here.
Interesting.
All right, now
Interesting.
we're gonna get your answer on who you think is telling the truth. Before we do that, we're gonna get your thoughts on everything. We want to
Okay.
let the audience know it's your last chance to get your votes in. So if you want to change anyone, get it in. But if you've already voted and you're happy, no need to vote anymore. You are good. So anything you're thinking right off the bat, like you're totally throwing someone out the window, like you're just.
I don't think this one is Jeff. Just a vibe I get. Just a vibe.
Oh, that vibe.
For me, it's between Chad and Fiona.
Jeff is thrown out.
Yeah.
Completely.
I'm sorry, Jeff. That smirk.
I feel like Chad, I feel like you could be a good liar. I don't know why I feel this way, but the way you just kind of like, you talk a mile a minute, and sometimes that could be seen as you're lying, or you're just you're just ADD. You just talk a lot. That's okay. I'm ADD too, you know. So
We all are.
yeah,
That's why we're an
to work
entertainment.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go.
You gave your thoughts?
I think I have my thoughts,
So
yes.
before we lock it in,
Okay.
audience, we are now locking in your vote. All right, so that's locked in. And we're not going to show it until after she has given her answer, because we don't want to influence her answer at all. That's more feedback from you guys, so thank you for that.
Okay.
All right, so with that locked in, Jessica, Who are you going with? Who is telling the truth?
I think Chad.
You think Chad is the
Yeah.
one telling the truth, and you're locking that in?
I'm locking it in. Of course, I'm not 100%, but
Right.
yes, I'm locking it in.
Let's lock in Chad. You got a real, like, jail.
That was very
style
sinister.
lock
No,
in
You
Chad.
got arrested for something.
Arrested for lying.
It looks like there's like an invisible force. No, I can go through.
Okay, we got it.
So, with that being said, that answer locked in, let's see who the audience thought was telling the truth. And the audience think Chad is telling the truth as well. All right,
right. Oh,
49% think that Chad. So you're in agreement with the audience.
Yeah, we
Well,
could all be chumps. Who knows? All right, let's
Both
see.
those locked in, I can reveal that the person who was fired from a hair salon for gossiping too much was Jeff Ramsey. Well done.
Jeff, I swear to God, I knew you were going to be the one to fuck me in this.
That's my first
Jeff.
job, and I got fired in 2 weeks.
God.
Gossipy
You
little gossiper.
running your little motor mouth?
Didn't you tell a story at one point about was there a bathroom incident at this place? I feel like you've told
always-
some story.
it's
about
I got a lot of bathroom
Bathroom
incidents, but not at this.
Not at that one.
No.
It's always
Gosh.
bathroom.
Well, I
swear
can
to
reveal
God.
you fooled the contestant, you fooled the audience.
Yeah.
The
I
knew it,
deceivers
I
get
knew it,
2
Jeff.
points. Woo! Congratulations.
Yay for us.
Good job, guys. Yeah.
Full fooling. Good
job.
The deceivers are looking real good. There's still some time to turn around. Remember, it's not about winning, it's about not losing. All right? So there's still a contention going on here. We're going to move on to a game called What's in the Box? One of our 3 deceivers has a mystery item inside their box and a weird one. They're always very weird. The other 2 do not. They have empty boxes. You'll have to determine who has the actual item inside their box using the same formula as before, 3 questions, to each person. Audience, same thing for you. You're voting for who has the item in their box. Hashtag Jeff, hashtag Chad, hashtag Fiona. Remember, you get 1 vote. You can change it at any point. Please do not spam the chat. Thank you very much. I'm just going to be hammering that home this episode, just to hope it sticks, you know? Just keep throwing it at the wall. So, one at a time, you're going to tell us what is in your box. So, Jeff, you're going to start things off. Lift the lid.
Not
turn
too high, though, right?
Not too high. Turn on the
the
light,
light.
and then in 1 sentence, let's hear what it is.
I'm not sure what to feel about this. It's a very malevolent-looking Furby. Is that what they're called? Furbies, right?
Furbies, yeah.
Yeah. Should I shut it now, or?
No,
you
we
keep
shut
it?
the box, but
Okay,
keep the
leave it
light
on,
on.
okay.
All right, a malevolent-looking Furby. Chad, move your beer, lift up your lid,
Priorities.
and turn on the light. Let us
Right.
know.
Okay. Did you do this intentionally? All right, there is a taco. Thank you so much for perpetuating that.
Gladly.
And there is a G.I. Joe holding a sign that says "Take the taco." Thank you, Jeremy.
Constant reminder. A G.I. Joe holding a sign saying, take the taco. And finally, Fiona,
Yeah.
what is inside of your box? Open, turn on the light,
Well,
and let us know. It was already on.
it was already on. Cat figurine with football hat in jell-o.
One more time.
As they're so
I love that.
As they're so often called, those football hats.
I don't
There to
know
protect
the word for
players.
that. I don't know the word for that.
There to protect everyone.
Helmet. A helmet.
Oh, a helmet?
Yes.
Oh, like a football helmet.
Football helmet.
Okay.
I have lost my English once again.
I thought
he's trying to
with
say.
a football
If you
hat.
play,
It's
if
like
you play football, make sure you wear a football hat.
Okay.
Yeah, don't want concussions. Get that
That's right.
football hat
Hey.
on.
To be fair, English is like her 8th language.
That's true. That's a good point.
Right. Yeah.
All right, so
I try my
you've
best.
heard these. You can now
Yeah.
choose whoever you want to start with, and you get 3 questions to them.
Okay.
Who do you want to start with on this?
Jeff.
Start with Jeff.
Okay.
Jeff is the malevolent Furby. So go
Yeah, I didn't
ahead.
know how much detail I was supposed to go into with
That's
that.
fine. That's
okay.
a good description.
What makes you think this is a Furby?
Well, can I look at it again?
Yeah, you can
It's
have-
definitely a Furby. I recognize a Furby. It's like the little guy with the creepy eyes, and it's definitely malevolent.
What color are the eyes?
The eyes are yellow.
Okay.
That's demonic.
Okay. What?
I also want to point out as well, on any of these, they're only giving you 1 sentence. So one of your questions can just be having them elaborate further.
Yeah. Are they? Have they touched it? Can they touch it?
They cannot touch it.
Ah,
No
okay.
touching the items.
Okay.
or item.
You can ask me more. There's more to the Furby than just I'm trying to be
Yeah.
simple.
Can you describe it in more detail?
Yeah, it's blue and purple, like tiger striped.
More.
And,
And
okay, there is more. Like it's.
Is there any other items, or is it just?
Yes.
the fur?
No. There's there's a note on it, and there is a what looks like a plastic Bowie knife taped to its hand.
And there's a note on it. Now,
What?
I want to know what that note says, but we're out of questions right now. But there's a Bowie knife in his hand and a note on it.
I don't know why he didn't tell me that in the beginning.
Because he told me to be simple.
Yeah, we want to keep it simple.
Okay.
The knife
Okay.
signifies malevolence, I would think.
Okay.
And what it says.
Depending,
Okay.
yeah, we
And
can
what
only
it said.
assume what
All
is
right.
on said note. Who do you want to go to next?
Oh, Chad.
okay.
We go with Chad
Chadius.
next. So Chad, you had a G.I. Joe holding a sign.
Yep.
Said take the taco and a taco.
With the taco. Yeah.
What's on the taco?
I mean, it's just tinfoil and a little Torchy's logo.
Ooh, it's a Torchy's taco.
Okay.
I will assume it's bean and cheese, but I'm not allowed to.
You just
open
had
it.
Taco Bell tacos.
Yeah, I had a lot, but it started with that goddamn Torchy's thing. Anyway,
Can you describe it a little further?
so it's wrapped in tinfoil, has
Yep.
the sticker of the Torchy's logo, and then the G.I. Joe appears to be Snake Eyes, which is the ninja-looking one.
Okay.
Where's the G.I. Joe standing? Is he
Oh, it's right behind it.
right behind it?
He's
okay.
holding a little sign.
Got
Okay.
it.
Okay.
And if you think you've heard enough, you are always free to move on as well.
You guys suck.
Yeah?
Yeah. All of y'all. You know.
Because you're believing them. Is that
Well,
why?
you know,
or-
they're just giving me details and they seem like they're being for real. And one of you are not, both two of you are not.
Two.
I can also help if you need another question.
I love
Yeah,
this
help
eye
me-
contact.
help me,
She's
yeah,
just
I'm-
trying to
I'm
make
like-
this, just like trying to just define.
So,
what I'm-
Chad,
you know, what's up?
specifically the sign. What color is the sign? What color is the writing?
So the sign, it was white with, it's like one of those little, what is it, card stock?
Index
Note
cards.
card, index cards, yeah, that's what it's called.
I mean,
and
these
then-
are
and it
highly
looked like it
advanced
was-
note cards.
And look, it was done with a Sharpie. Like,
So just black on a white index
Mm-hmm.
card. All right.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
All right.
And then finally, Fiona, which was a cat in a hat.
Yeah.
With jell-O.
Wait, no, wait.
a football hat.
Cat, football hat in
Football
Jell-O.
Right.
hat in
Cat
Jell-O.
figurine.
Cat figurine.
Okay.
3 questions.
What? Describe this cat. There's so many different kind of cat figurines.
Oh, well, I mean, it is a black and white cat. Long tail.
You know those cottontail cats?
The way she's
see hanging
describing
around.
this is great. So great.
Yeah.
Okay. Black. Yeah. Would you say black cat with what? Sorry.
Black and white cat.
Black and white
Yeah.
cat with long
Like,
tail.
you know,
With long-
yeah.
Long tail.
Yeah,
With
long-
a cat tail, as they're sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. What color is the football helmet?
Ooh, really honing in on the color.
Gold. Yeah.
Just gold, nothing else?
Well, there's white, like the mouth thing is white.
Oh,
The grid. There's
Yeah.
right across her face. Okay.
And then it's gold.
How much Jell-O is it in?
Oh, there's a lot of Jell-O.
Okay.
It's a
the
big
quantifiable
thing of
amount.
Yeah.
A lot.
a lot of jell-O.
Don't think it's actually like congealed correctly either.
Make with your hands how much jelly you think.
In what way? Like
Like you know, if you had to shape like, you know, kind of.
this, like a square.
That's a lot. That is a lot of jell-O.
Yeah.
I don't know how
significant
high. I don't.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I
That's
can't
fine.
touch it.
Yeah.
Couldn't give you a
cannot touch it.
measurement.
You are a delight.
This is great. You are a delight.
Those are all of your
You're great.
questions. Okay, so audience, this is your last chance to get in your votes. Remember, you're voting for who actually has the item with the hashtags of their names, okay? So let's get your kind of thoughts here. Anything you're throwing out the window right away? Anyone that's really convincing you? Anything like that?
You want to know my thoughts?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Got it. Got it?
I have no
Hey, that's
idea.
fair. That's fair.
The fact is, one of them is real.
Yeah.
Someone's actually just telling the truth right now.
All right.
Yeah. But so really, just not going on. Is it going to be a blind guess? Do you think?
It's gonna be a blind guess, but there's gonna be another feeling that leads me in a direction. I don't know which one that is yet.
How'd that
though.
go for you last time?
It didn't work out.
Well, and remember, wait, you guys need these points to not beat the Chump. All right, there's still a third game, but this is going to be important. So let's lock in that audience answer. All right, the votes are going to be locked down, and we're going to need a locked-in answer from you. Who actually has the item in their box?
What was that?
Hey, now, excuse me, whoever just coughed. This is a quiet set.
I'm gonna go with Fiona.
You think Fiona? You think it's the Cat in the Hat in the Jell-O?
It sounds bonkers, but you know.
I just like saying the Cat in the Hat a lot. All right, let's lock in Fiona. Hear that?
Oh,
You are now in the
I
locked-in.
am yellow now.
Yep.
In the cell of deceit, or something. We'll
yellow
come up with a name for it.
God.
Well, with that answer locked in, we can reveal what the audience thought. So, audience, who did you think has? Wow, 66%.
Whoa.
Think
But
it's
see, the
Fiona.
audience sided with me last time.
That's a good point.
So
And it went horribly.
I'm pretty
Which
bad.
means
I'm stressed.
you are now once again teamed up on this answer. And I am not going to reveal this one to you. They're going to reveal it. So I'm going to count down
Oh,
from
that's
3,
right.
and then you're going to pull those to the side and reveal. So in 3, 2, 1, reveal. There it is. Nice.
I almost
Good
went
job.
weirder. I almost
Good
went
job,
weirder.
good
But then I
job.
was like,
Yeah,
I
you
feel
guys
like it would have
didn't
been
go weird.
believable with a taco
You guys had
thing.
to go weird.
It
Yeah.
was believable. I definitely ruled out Jeff yet again, but again, I should have learned from the first time to not rule out Jeff, because you were just weird with the information you were giving me. You weren't like, you were just like, I'm 11 at Furby. I'm like, well, okay. You know, I wanted some more.
We had some people on the show that keep it vague like that, and some
Yes.
people go into real high detail.
Yeah.
It totally depends on the
Yeah,
person.
interesting.
But, so, you got it right, and the audience got it right. That means point for each the audience and the contestant. But because you guys did so well in the first round, you are still in the lead. And
Yay.
you and the audience are still tied for Chumpage right now. I'm going to mark it down on my scoreboard. Oh, man. Yes, we still can't afford to have an actual point counter. We'll
But
get
you do
there.
have index cards.
We got real boxes this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, the boxes are great. I
Yeah.
saw these and I went, well, we're high budget.
Yeah.
We're high.
Look at that moving wood.
Oh God.
Close that up. Come on, keep it looking good.
It's a beer.
Don't do it. Here is your last chance to not be the chump, both the audience and Jessica. All right, this is your last chance by playing a game called Pushing the Envelope. I have a bunch of envelopes in my pocket.
Congratulations.
Here they are.
Yay.
Last week, we didn't actually have envelopes, even though the game's called Pushing the Envelope. We are slowly affording things. Now, each of these has a true fact about one of our deceivers inside of it. So there's one about Jeff, one about Chad, one about Fiona. And I'm going to shuffle them up and then hand them out. So they might get their own story. They might get someone else's. We will then allow you to question each of them for 60 seconds. Ask as many questions as you want. They either have to make it up or just tell the truth. So here are your envelopes.
Thank you.
And this is going to work a
we
little
open it
differently
now?
for you, the audience. You can open it up, just don't read it quite yet. So the scoring is all different. Basically, at the end of the game, I'm going to ask you down the line if they are lying or if they are telling the truth. You don't have to say whose story is whose, just whether or not they're lying.
Okay.
If you nail it, you say who's lying and who's telling the truth, you get a point. If you don't, the deceivers get a point. Audience, I'm going to be giving you one of these stories specifically, and you have to tell me who that story is about by using the same hashtags as before. And since that's a little bit harder, you'll get 2 points if you get that correct. It's a little harder than just saying if they're lying or not. Okay, so we're going to go down the line and hear these facts before I let you know what you're voting on. Jeff, what is your true fact about yourself?
A man once offered to pay me to have sex with him at a Denny's.
Good? Good? Chad, what is your true fact about yourself?
I was once trapped in an elevator with a furry.
Very good. And Fiona, what is your true fact about yourself?
My friends and I got conga lines banned from a convention.
Conga lines banned from a convention. All right, so there is our facts. Now, audience, one of those facts, the one that Chad said, is that he was trapped in an elevator with a furry. Who is that actually about? It could be Chad, could be Fiona, could be Jeff. Use those hashtags to vote along. Remember, do not spam the chat. You get 1 point. You get 1 vote, but you can change it at any point. If you get that right, 2 points for you. All right, Jessica, who do you want to start with? We'll have them remind you of the fact before they go.
I'll start with Chad first.
You're going to start with Chad. All right, so Chad, remind us of your fact.
I was once trapped in an elevator with a furry.
Okay, so you're going to have 60 seconds to question him. Your
Okay.
60 seconds starts now.
What do you mean by trapped in an elevator? Long period of time, short? Like, what do you?
It was probably like 30 minutes.
Wow.
Okay. How'd you end up getting out?
So we had it was like the hotel security who came and like maintenance staff, and then they eventually got it working again and opened.
Who was in the furry costume?
I don't know. So here's the thing. I then learned this after, but apparently there are some people in the furry community that just won't speak. And so this person would never say a word. So it was my wife and I, because we used to go to a bunch of anime conventions. And so we got stuck in this elevator, which also is a huge fear of my wife's, because she gets super claustrophobic, so that sucked. But this person never said a word, because they were dressed in this like, I'm gonna stop giving you information.
Yeah. What did the furry costume look like?
So it was this like kind of mouse costume it had like some blonde hair, and there was like a plaid skirt. It was honestly like a little vivacious, I guess. But I don't.
All right, last question. You got 1 more question. Oh.
Are you lying to me?
No.
Okay.
Oh. The intimidation technique. I'll also point out, before the show just went, can I run at them and question them?
She did. She definitely did.
I said yes, but not during the box game. That's my only thing. So please don't shake the podium, because the jell-o did not set. And that would be everywhere.
Not at all.
That is what she said.
All right, so that was
right.
what we heard from Chad. So that's all the information you're getting about that story. So you either do think that Chad's telling the truth, or you think he's lying and it's about someone else. That's what your votes are going toward right now. But maybe if you think they're lying, it will help you gather your information. So who do you want to go to next?
Fiona.
Yay.
Remind me of yours again.
Yep.
Let me read it.
Read that out.
My friends and I got conga lines banned from a convention.
All right, so you're going to have 60 seconds to ask her. Are you ready?
Yes.
Ready, get set, go.
How did this happen?
Well, it's a convention, so have you ever been to a convention?
Yes.
Yes. So usually, what happens is a bunch of people will gather up and start doing conga lines, and they'll just like continue doing it, and they gather as many people as they can, and honestly, it's really obnoxious, but people just do it because it's fun. And I started it.
Okay.
But I was also just like 19 and young. You know, I cosplayed and it was fun. So.
Okay. How many people?
I don't know, but it was a lot. It was a long line.
You're like in the hundreds?
Okay.
I mean, I bet, because it was blocking people's way, so people couldn't enjoy the convention.
And so were you singled out specifically?
Well, yeah, because I think I started it. So I started it, I'm in front, and then the security guards come to me and they're like, what happened? And I got in trouble for it.
Have you been back to this convention since?
Yes,
Okay.
Michigan.
Okay.
I was going to say, what convention? Any last questions?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, there we go.
That's it.
So that was the conga line convention story.
Okay.
And that means we have one remaining. Jeff,
Yeah.
what is your fact?
My fact is that, hold on, a man once offered to pay me to have sex with him at a Denny's.
All right, so you're going to have 60 seconds.
She's already
to question him
so
about that.
suspicious.
All right, and your 60 seconds.
Because I feel like this is just true.
Your 60 seconds starts now.
What did he ask you specifically?
Well, he was my waiter, so he asked me a lot of stuff, like what I wanted to eat and if I wanted a refill. But he was a really cool dude. I was into punk, he was into punk. We kind of hit it off. He told me about how crazy Denny's can be at like 2 in the morning, which is kind of when it was. And it lasted a long time. After a while, he said, I had this guy a while ago who even offered to give me $1,000 to have sex with him and his buddy. That's crazy, right? And I go, that is insane. And he goes, you'd never do anything like that, would you? And I said, why? And he goes, would you ever have sex with anyone for $1,000? Like, say, me and my boyfriend. And I politely declined.
Freeway.
What Denny's was it?
It was in Waco.
Okay.
I was in the Army.
Okay.
You'll see me there soon.
What did your waiter look like?
He was pretty hunky. He was like an Australian dude. He was blonde.
Australian?
He was a surfer, although
Working at
not doing a lot of surfing in Waco. I think he was going to Baylor.
Baylor.
Any last questions?
Okay. Are you lying to me?
No.
No.
The snap to it. I just want the desk to collapse. And that is it. The questioning is now done. And remember, audience, you are voting on who you think actually got trapped in an elevator with a furry. And it's worth 2 points if you get it correct. So this is your last chance. Whatever. Who cares? It's your last chance to get in those answers right now. Let's hear some thoughts from you. Is there anyone right off the bat you believe? Anyone right off the bat you think is lying?
Jesus Christ.
That's a good. He's not here. Jesus. He's not with us.
He's not with us.
God.
But he always tells the truth. Remember that.
What if they're all telling me the truth?
It's possible.
What a world we'd live
Surprise twist.
That would.
That would be a surprise twist. Actually, just luck of the draw, really.
Right.
I mean, it's totally random.
If I were to pick all three of them as telling the truth, would I lose 3 points, or I wouldn't?
And if you're right, you get a point. If you're
Okay,
wrong,
correct.
you lose a point.
Okay.
Pretty much. Well, you don't lose a point, but you don't get a point. They would get a point.
Yeah.
So yeah, mull it over. You seem kind of split
I
on
am.
a couple things.
Very much so.
But we're going to go ahead and lock in the audience's answer right now. We'll look at that after we reveal who's lying and who's telling the truth. So that's all locked in right now. You can stop voting, and thank you very much for playing along this episode, because now you're done for the episode in terms of voting. Please
Please don't leave.
No, don't leave.
Don't leave the
Please keep
show.
chatting, because your chats might
Stay,
pop up at the
please.
bottom, and we'll be like, look at what that person said. Or people will say that.
Just like that.
All right. So we're going to have to go down the line one at a time and lock in what you think. So starting with Jeff Ramsey. Do you think Jeff is telling the truth or Jeff is lying?
I can never fully answer that question because it's always going to be I don't know when it comes to Jeff.
Yeah.
So,
He's an enigma.
yes, absolutely. I'm just going to have to take a chance on this one.
It's on me.
Yeah. I'm just, you know what? I'll probably get crucified, but I think he's telling the truth.
All right. Jeff Ramsey is telling the truth. Let's lock that in. All right. He's in the cell.
I'm giving you the same look for every time.
Time to throw
Yeah, I
Chad
know.
in the cell as well. What do you
see it.
think about Chad? Lying or telling the truth?
I feel like Chad could also be lying, but I also feel like Fiona is telling the truth too. So
So by proxy, if you think Fiona's telling the
Exactly.
truth, then he would have to be telling the truth. Because only he can only have.
all right,
Two or
Chad's telling the truth too.
All right. You think Chad is telling the truth as well? So let's lock that in. We have two truth tellers here, which there can't be one liar and two truth tellers. So I guess that means you think Fiona's telling the truth as well.
Yeah, I'm about to get fucked. All right. Yeah.
Let's lock in Fiona as well. We have three truth tellers according to Jessica. So we're going to reveal it, and then we're going to reveal what the audience
my God.
thought. So starting with Jeff Ramsey. Was Jeff telling the truth or not when he said that he was propositioned at a Denny's, $1,000 and everything? We can reveal that Jeff Ramsey was telling the truth. So you got that right. Congratulations.
Oh, shit.
Congratulations.
Now, on to Chad James, who said that he was once stuck in an elevator with a furry. You said he's telling the truth. I can reveal that Chad James was telling a lie.
Oh, sorry.
Lying,
All
and which
right.
means, ipso facto, Fiona's getting conga lines banned.
Yeah.
She was lying as
That
well.
was me.
Okay.
So,
you guys are flipped. Okay.
which means that you did not get that point correct. You did not get the point there. The deceivers did get a point for fooling you. Woo! Let's see what the audience voted Fiona
Oh,
for
hey.
trapped in an elevator with a furry.
Why?
You were correct. I don't know. They
That'd
nailed
be
it.
great.
though.
I feel like I tricked them really
That's
well in the
so
first
funny.
game, and then they didn't trust me for the rest at all.
So that is a 2-pointer there for the audience for figuring that one out, which means at the end of our game, the deceivers and the audience will both have 3 points.
Woo!
Which, I mean, yeah, great points and everything.
So the only
Up there.
loser actually is.
There's only one loser, which means that this episode, Jessica, our contestant, is this week's. Yep.
It's me.
Congratulations, audience. Well done. You guys
Yeah.
did great. Thank you so much for playing. We really love having you guys here playing live. Thank you very much to the deceivers. Thank you very much to Jessica.
I feel like I won at heart because I got you. Yeah. So one of those.
Yeah,
is
good
nice.
job on that one.
And that is our show. So thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Chump. Please vote along live. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for coming.
That was a very
Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see the first episode of Chump, click the video down below. Make sure to like the video if you liked it, hit the bell to be notified, and discuss in the comments who fooled you and who you totally believed. See you next time, everyone.